Alright, what's up you guys? So the next thing we're gonna learn is about algorithms, but it's more easy for me to just show you guys how this works. So we're given a class of 10 students who took a quiz, and the grades are integer values that range from 0 to 100, and we're supposed to evaluate the class average on the quiz. So let's get started. So this is all basic for you guys. That includes studio, input, output, header, int main, and everything else. But let's start. So in order for this to work, we have to define our variables. So our first one would be int counter. This calculates the number of grades to be entered next. And our next one would be int grade. Int grade. This one stores the grade value. And our next one would be int total, which stores the sum of grades input by the user. And our int average, which will calculate the average of grades, or we will store the average of grades in it. So to start our algorithm of finding the average, we set our total equal to 0. We do this because once we get to advanced stuff, there's a lot of gibberish stored into like the addresses, and we'll learn more about that in strings and stuff, but let's just go with the basics for now. And we set our counter to equal to 1 because it starts at 1 all the way up to 10. And now we move on to the processing phase. So we do this with the while loop, and while the counter is less than or equal to 10, we keep looping. So basically what this means is if it goes past 10, that's when it'll stop. So since we have we only have 10 students, we set that equal to 10. And yeah, so let's move on. So printf enter grade. Right here we're prompting the user to enter the grade right now. Alright. Then we also have scanf, so we're gonna store it into, let's just set this first, %d ampersand grade. So we store this into grade once we scan the prompt, and total is equal to total plus grade. So this is gonna keep looping 10 times, and every time we add each grade to each other. So for example, like if we enter our first grade as 98, then our second grade plus 76, so 98 would be here, then 76, and then 98 plus 76 will be stored in a total. And once it loops again and we enter another number, 71 would be here, and then the total would be here, and then 71 plus the total, then total would be stored. Then it loops again, and then it asks for the grade again, and then it keeps repeating until it goes up to 10. also want to set the counter equal to counter plus 1. So basically this means it just goes up by 1, it increments by 1. And that's it for the end while. Oops, so we end that with the right curly bracket. And then our next statement would be average is equal to total divided by 10. And the same. So once it reaches 10, we will have our final total, and that total will be divided by 10 since we are only finding the average of 10 students. But in the next video, I'll show you guys if you guys want to do like a sentinel controlled repetition. So you guys could input as much numbers you want in order to find a total. But for now, let's just do the total divided by 10. So we're gonna print out the average. Class average is %d / new line. And average. End statement. We're gonna return 0. Then we finally end the program. Okay. So let's try it out and see how this will work out. So build and run. Oh shoot. Hold on. Alright, you guys, so I forgot to just put in my statement here, so that's why I got this error, but let's try again. Build and run. And here we go. So enter grade. So basically you just enter grades from 0 to 100, or I don't know how you guys want to set it, but let's just do 98. Oh shoot, having technical difficulties, but hold on. So let's check what's wrong. Alright you guys, so I figured out my problem. It was here. I accidentally put the... So what sucks about C programming, you have to be precise, or any programming at all, you have to be precise and whatever. Just sucks, but whatever, here we go. Build and run one final time. So let's try it. So we can only enter up to 10 numbers, so let's go with 98, 76, 71, 87, 83. Then this kid, smart ass, got 90. Then dumb kid, 57. Average kid was 79. A little bit average, 82. Then I got smart, but I'm not smart enough, 94. So it basically adds all these numbers, then divides them by 10, which is 81. And there you go. There you guys have it. A program that finds the average of 10 students who took a quiz. So yeah, you guys should check out my next video. I'm gonna do an algorithm with sentinel controlled repetition. So we're gonna input as much grades as we want, and when we want it to end, we're gonna state it in the prompt. So that's basically what it's gonna do. So you guys can check it out. Thanks. Peace out, yo.